Hello everyone and welcome on this new midweek analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. Of course, I need to take you through the premium group of Forex signals on Telegram to show you what happened this week, because so far within the last 2 days we have been able to make 114 pips of profits to our clients. Now, of course, as part of being honest and transparent with everyone, I have to mention that not all of our clients have made 114 pips. Some of the clients have made only 20 pips. Some of them have made like 60 pips. Some of them have made actually more than 500 pips. But how? By simply opening multiple trades of a signal that they really trust. They're actually doing their own analysis on the market, and once we send a signal that matching up with their own analysis, they will open multiple trades. We are actually having so many clients who have sent us a screenshot. They're opening actually more than 5 or 6 trades of one signal, which is really crazy. But however, they are doing the best they can to end up in a profit as well. So as you can see, my friends, these are the signals. I'm showing you the entire results. Keep in mind that stop losses right here is only 30 pips and not 40 or 45. Even though we actually decided to end the 30 pips stop loss, but still we decided to keep it this week to see what will gonna happen. But however, look at all these profits that we have been able to make to our clients. Most of the signals have actually ended in take profit number 2, and I believe by tomorrow they will actually reach take profit. They will reach the take profit number 3. Of course, my friends, June was in general tough month for Forex traders, and we're hoping that July is going to be a much easier month, and hopefully we will make a lot of more profits to our clients, and we are doing the best we can to make sure that every client ends in a very good profit for this week. So of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today and hopefully we will see you there. Alright, so let's now get to the weekly signals which I have sent on YouTube, and as you can see, my friends, actually all of them have ended in loss. I wanted to share with you something. Of course, I need to take you through the signals. Only AUD USD was actually running in a very, very good profit and went in total of about, I would say, about 100 pips and reversed from the take profit level by 7 pips only. However, the other signals, of course, didn't work at all. But my friends, there is, of course, a reason for that, and we have to discuss it. And today, actually, at 12 p.m. Dubai time, 8 a.m. GMT time in the morning, I have sent here this notification to everyone on the free group on Telegram. This group, my friends, is free, so you don't really have to pay anything to join it. So those who are in the free channel, they have received this update earlier as possible, and they have actually been able to close these trades before they get in loss. Actually, I have sent this notification before any of these signals be in loss. Seriously, guys, any of them. They were actually still running in profit. But however, I sent this notification telling them that the USD dollar index has gained strength after a 3 days weekend, and the DXY broke the long-term resistance of 105.800 resistance, along with the announcement from the RBA in Australia to increase the policy rate by 50 points to 1.35% from 0.85%. Of course, this has led to the major rising in the DXY index and the dollar. And of course, my friends, this was the reason why all of these signals has failed. Add to that the long holidays which we had on Monday and Friday, and Monday, Sunday to Saturday. So again, there was a good reason for that, and those who are in the free group were actually able to avoid these losses. I'm telling you, join this group. You don't have to pay anything. Just join this group to receive the updates about our signals on YouTube. Otherwise, you are on your own. You are alone here, so you are not actually part of any team. If you want to be part of Xtreme Trader team, then please join this group so you will receive these updates and to avoid any potential losses. So anyway, let's now take a look at the market and let's see what are the setups that are actually waiting for us in the remaining days of this week. So of course, let's now begin with the Euro USD. We need to get rid of this old signal. I believe that the Euro USD, of course, is going to continue the fall, but however, it's a matter of where exactly we can start shorting this pair. Of course, I really doubt that the pair is going to be able to reach that strong key resistance level, the broken support level. Did I say resistance? I meant support at 1.03668. The pair most likely is going to continue the fall earlier than that. Let's just go to the weekly chart and see what's going on. So actually, as we can see, my friends, the weekly chart shows us that the Euro USD is actually facing a very strong key resistance level at 1.02132. Let's just zoom in to see this candle right here. Exactly. So this is, my friends, the resistance level. Let me just be more accurate. Exactly at 1.01832. And as you can see right now, the Euro USD is actually continue the fall toward that previous resistance. The Euro USD still has another 57 or actually 62 pips to fall more. So it's a matter of where exactly we can start shorting the pair. I mean, we can start, of course, buying the pair once it reaches that level. But however, that's still going to be risky. I really don't like to buy the pair at certain level like this. I mean, with this strong momentum. The bearish momentum is very strong. And we are not yet sure if the Euro USD is going to be able to make any rejection right here at that previous resistance. There is a possibility that the pair is most likely going to continue the fall all the way toward the very strong key support level at 0.96670. So the safest option that we're having right now is only shorting the pair. So after confirming on the weekly chart that we can start actually keep shorting the pair, what we need to do right now is something called the magic of trend lines. And again, I'm still on the weekly chart. So all I'm going to do is simply draw right here a resistance trend line. And I will just simply clone that resistance trend line. Fantastic. Check this out. Exactly. So we had right here this channel which the market has actually been ranging inside of it. And right now we had finally this strong bearish breakout candle, which has actually broke from that level of a previous support trend line. So it's a matter of where exactly we can start shorting the Euro USD. So now we know that we're having here a channel and the market has actually broke out of it. So now we need to go to the smaller time frame to analyze it deeper than that to find the correct entry. So let's go to the daily chart. Alright, so on the daily chart, we will just repeat the same process. We will just simply draw here a resistance channel, just like that. And I'm going to actually clone it and just simply do like that. Fantastic. That is, of course, my friends, on the daily chart. So right now on the daily chart, actually, I need to, let me just see if, yeah, exactly. I want to do that. Let me just be, I want to make it very clear for you. So let me just show you something interesting. So we had right here the peak of the resistance trend line, just like this. And right here, we had this resistance level and it became a support, then a false breakout, another false breakout. Then we had a real level of support trend line, real level of support trend line, real level of support trend line, then a false breakout, then again a real level of support trend lines. Do you follow up with me? So meaning we had here so many false breakouts that the naked eyes might actually not be able to notice, but thankfully, I mean, from my side I can see it. So now we can confirm that most likely the Euro USD is actually going to continue the rise for about 30 pips before we can start shorting it. Now let's go deeper than that. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. By the way, my friends, what I'm showing to you right here is something that you can use actually to identify your entry levels without actually relying on support and resistance. If you cannot really find support and resistance levels, then it's a good idea to rely on trend lines. So right now on the smaller scale, on the 4-hour time frame, I'm going actually to analyze, line up my line. Let me just delete the line and simply draw here another channel on the 4-hour time frame. So what I'm going to do is simply draw the resistance trend line right from this higher high to this lower high, all the way, just like that. Fantastic. Check this out. So we have here the resistance trend line, which has been respected repeatedly, and we had here the major false breakout. Then again, the same level of the resistance has been respected again, as we can see right here. Again, we had a false breakout. Then again, 1, 2, and 3. So the same resistance trend line has been respected again. So meaning I can rely on this level to identify our entry. So what I'm going to do is simply, just like that, place the same line on that support trend line, and then the breakout. And right now, my friends, all we need to do is waiting for the Euro USD to reach this level right here and place our short order. As simple as that. So all I need to do actually is go now to the smaller time frame to see exactly where we can start shorting the pair. Now, on the 30-minute time frame, we are having here a previous support level, and right here we had the bearish breakout from that level of support. This was the bearish breakout candle. This was the previous support. Meaning, if we combine all these analysis together, we can confirm that shorting at 1.02847 is gonna be ideal. Now I'm actually on the 1 hour time frame, and this is the previous support, and this was here the bearish breakout candle, which means we have to wait for the Euro USD to rise to another 34 pips before we can start shorting the pair. Now, since I have mentioned earlier that our target is gonna be the previous resistance on the weekly chart right here, so meaning we can actually keep the short running for about, I would say about 100 pips, and hopefully it's gonna be a good profit. Anyway, let me know, please write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the Euro USD. Of course, I had to zoom out so you can actually see the numbers. Let me just go back to the 4 hour time frame, and let me just tell you that the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 50 pips. Meanwhile, the take profit level is going to be about 100 pips, I would say, at, let me just make it clear for you, at 1 point, oh my goodness, wait a second. Yes, just like that. The take profit level at 1.01832. Now let's move to the next pair. Let's now go to the pound USD. Alright, so of course the pound USD signal is no longer valid. So now let's see what we can do with this pair after the appearance of this strong bearish breakout candle and that price action. Now from the first appearance, we can say that we can start shorting the pound USD right at the retest of that broken support level at 1.19758. We can actually increase the line a little bit more because we are having here a support trend line, which means we can actually upper our expectations that we can start shorting the pound USD at 1.9867, which means we have to wait for the pair to rise to another about 50 pips. But however, we need to confirm, of course, on the weekly chart and daily chart before we confirm this on the smaller time frame. So if you remember, my friends, we have actually assumed that we're having here inverted head and shoulders pattern, but keep in mind that we are having right here a false breakout. And right now we can see that the market indeed on the weekly chart has already reversed right here. Let me just delete the other line so you can see it exactly just like that. So let me just make it clear for you, my friends. Right here, remember I'm on the weekly chart. So we can see that the market here indeed has created a support level, and we can see that the market here has actually reversed before on that level. I think it happened on 12th of June. And the market has went up to about 351 pips. That was the reversal. So it has already occurred. So now we can assume that the pound USD is indeed gonna continue the fall. Now most likely this candle right here is gonna close as a strong bearish candle, and let me just tell you something. That price action, my friends, usually confirms the continuation in the fall. If you have here a support level from that, if you have any broken support level and that is the bearish breakout candle and it has actually closed like that, usually this kind of price action indicates a continuation in the momentum, which means we can actually confirm that indeed the pound USD is going to continue the fall. So after confirming the direction on the weekly and daily chart, now let's get back to the 1 hour time frame so we can actually identify where exactly we can start shorting the pound USD. Right now on the 1 hour time frame, I see that the best level to start shorting this pair is going to be at 1.9748, which means we have to wait for the pair to rise to another 42 pips. As we have mentioned earlier, we're having here a support trend line, just like that. but I mean, that's gonna just make like a few pips difference. It's not really worth the risk of waiting for that entry. So I believe we can start shorting the pound USD right at 1.19748. And the safe zone, of course, has to be ranging right here till the peak of this resistance right here at 1.20410, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 65 pips. Now let's talk about the target. So back to the daily chart. Where is the target should be placed? Well, now we need to look at the left side, and the target, my friends, of course, has to be placed right here. Now, why right here? Because if I zoom in, let me just zoom in to show it to you. This was right here, exactly. On the daily chart, we had right here the resistance level, and this was the bullish breakout from that level of a resistance, and right here lies the nearest support to our entry. This tail right here represents the support, and if I go to the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that is the level right here. This was a very strong key support level, which means we are actually aiming about 195 pips profit from this signal. Of course, I don't like to give unrealistic numbers, so let me just drag the line a little bit more, exactly just like that, at the top level of the support, which means we are actually aiming about 153 profits from selling the pound USD. Meanwhile, the trade is going to be placed at 1.19748. Let me now please write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the pound USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the AUD USD. And by the way, my friends, actually I just felt tired talking for so long, so I'm going to short it. I want to end this video soon, and I really want to get some rest. So actually it's right now 10 p.m. Dubai time, 6 p.m. GMT time, and everyone knows here, I think, that since I have been positive with COVID on June or July 2021, it has really affected my health, and one of the things I had is affecting my ability for talking for a long time. Maybe it's a good news for those who feel boring with the video if it's so long, but I mean, it is what it is. So I need to tell you something. I will make it short. I will just tell you the signals with a little explanation. So as we can see, my friends, on the AUD USD, we're having here the very strong key support zone at 0.67660. So all what we can actually expect right here from the pair to continue the rise till the peak of the resistance right here at 0.68283, because right here we had the resistance level, as you can see, and right here we had the false breakout, which means that the AUD USD most likely is going to continue the rise till it reaches that level of a resistance. And I believe with this very strong bearish movement and with that resistance trend line right here, we can actually expect from the AUD USD to reverse upon the pressure from that previous resistance and that resistance trend line, and afterwards we can start shorting the AUD USD right here. After it rises to another 50 pips, it's gonna be good to start the short. Now for the take profit level. The take profit level, we need to go now to the daily chart and zoom out, I mean. And as you can see, the current price right now is at 0.67763. And if we start to shorting the pair right there, then our target has to be right here, my friends, the nearest strong key support level at 0.66875, which means we will actually be aiming about 140 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone should be ranging only little bit above the previous support right here, because we are actually relying on that resistance level, and we are assuming that this was actually a false breakout, which means the safe zone is ranging only for 44 pips. Allow me now please to write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the AUD USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now look at the USD CAD. Of course, we need to delete the old signal right now, and let's see, my friends, what we can do with this pair. Now, of course, let me just check something here. Okay, as we can see, my friends, on the weekly chart, the USD CAD has actually reached at the peak of the resistance at 1.30494. Now, with the strength that the USD dollar has gained recently, I believe, especially after seeing this price action right here, these three candles usually indicates a continuation in the momentum. So we can actually expect from the USD CAD to continue the rise. Not to mention, of course, that we're having right here a resistance trend line, which has been breaking out from with that bullish breakout candle. And right here on the weekly chart for the last 3 weeks, we had the retest of that level, which means that the retest has indeed passed, and we can now continue buying this pair. All right, so now on the weekly, on the 4-hour time frame, what we are having right here is a support trend line, just like that. Fantastic. Now someone might tell me, but Salah, why didn't you draw the support trend line from this level? I'm telling you because this was, in my opinion, a false breakout. The real support trend line lies exactly right there and right here. And now we can see that the market has actually been respecting that level as a resistance trend line, almost. And now it's not a bad idea, in my opinion, to start again buying the USD CAD once it retests actually the broken resistance level at 1.30105, which means we can actually wait for the pair to fall to another, I would say, about 46 pips, 46 pips before we can start buying the pair. Just like that. That's actually more convenient. So if we do that, let's now go to the daily chart. In my opinion, the target, my friends, has to be placed right here at the peak of the next or the nearest strong key resistance level at 1.31739, which means we will actually be aiming approximately 175 pips of profit. Meanwhile, of course, the safe zone is going to be ranging till the peak of the previous resistance at 1.29567, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 46 pips. Meanwhile, the target is about 100 and I think about 70 pips, right? Yeah, about 174 pips. Let me know, please write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the USD CAD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the USD JPY, which I believe should be remaining as the same. I think we can start shorting the USD JPY right away. I mean, so far, what we are having right here is a triple top pattern, which has appeared recently on the USD JPY on the 4-hour time frame. And of course, if we check the daily chart, we are still seeing here weakness in the breakout from that level. Look at that. The daily chart most likely is going to close like this candle. This candle still has 2 hours and 46 seconds for the closure, and I believe it's gonna end up as a bearish candle. Not to mention, of course, that on the weekly chart we had recently a strong pin bar. So I believe that the USD JPY signal remains the same. If you wish to start shorting the pair, now is the right time. And of course, my friends, let's keep the same safe zone. But however, keep in mind that the USD JPY in general is not a stable pattern, not a stable pair. So please trade it with extra caution. So this USD JPY remains the same. Let's now take a look at the USD CHF. Alright, so of course we have to get rid of the old signal, is no longer valid. And let's see now what we can do with the USD CHF. Now, of course, after the appearance of this strong bullish candle or the strong bullish momentum, selling is no longer valid. We actually were relying on the breaking out from that strong support trend line. But however, we can see that the market has already been able to break out from that level. I don't think that the USD CHF is now retesting any support trend line at the moment. The breakout has already happened. So right now we can see that this bullish movement is actually confirming that the market is going to continue the rise. Now, of course, also on the weekly chart, so far, what we are having right here is a very good price action, indicates a bullish reversal. Even though we are still at the beginning of the week, but I believe that the market has indeed reversed from that strong key support level at 0.95542. So now going back to the 4-hour time frame, let's see where exactly we can start shorting the pair, buying the pair. I believe that actually is going to be a very safe level to buy the USD CHF right after the retest of the resistance at 0.96426. I think it's a very clear chart which indicates a strength in the level of that support, and we can see that in the past it was also a strong resistance as well. So in my opinion, buying at that level is going to be ideal. We just need to wait for the pair to fall to another 45 pips before we can start shorting it. Keep in mind that we had right here the real level of the resistance. Meanwhile, we had right here a false breakout. But the edge of that resistance was previously a strong key support level. And I believe that after the appearance of these three candles, which represents actually a bullish breakout movement, that support level right here cannot simply be ignored. So therefore, buying right here is good idea in my opinion. However, the target, my friends, has to be right here at, let me just make it right here only, exactly, at the nearest resistance to our entry at 0.97992, which means we are actually aiming 156 profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone is going to be ranging just till the lowest level of the support or the nearest support to our entry at 0.95804, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 60 pips. Let me now please write the signal for you. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the USD CHF. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the gold. Alright, so the gold has actually made a very strong drop right here. The bearish momentum was very strong. We need to get rid of the lines, but I will keep the edge of the safe zone here for a purpose, and I will tell you later. So let me now go to the weekly chart. So now on the weekly chart, we can notice that the market has made the very strong bearish breakout candle from that long-term support at 1782.91. Keep in mind, I'm on the weekly chart. And the last time that the market has actually been able to make such a breakout happened back in August 2021. And after that, even though it was actually a false breakout, but this time we're having here a support trend line just like that, and we can see that the market has been able to break out from that level of a support trend line. Even if you draw the line in another way, actually this is one of the arguments that I had with other traders. The way I draw the lines, they just don't agree with it, which is fine, by the way. I like these arguments, but however, I wanted to say that we had right here a very strong bearish breakout from that level of a support trend line. However, most likely, and in my opinion, the gold won't actually stop the fall till it reaches the support level right here at 1720.83. That's gonna be the final target before the gold start the rise again to retest the broken support trend line. But until then, we should actually maintain a sell order. Let me just show you that we're having right here actually a resistance trend line just like that. That's fantastic. That's actually perfection. So right here, my friends, we had the let me just delete this line so it won't confuse you. This one right here. So we are having here that resistance trend line, which most likely is going to be respected. This is the resistance trend line, which is most likely going to be respected right after the market retests the broken support right here. Now, why did I leave the line of the edge of the safe zone? Because that's going to be exactly where we will be shorting the gold. Now, let me just rise it a little bit more exactly. So right now, my friends, we're having here a very strong key support level. Actually, I need to rise it a little bit more. I'm just aligning it perfectly fine, or perfectly well, sorry. That's perfect. So as we can see, it was the peak of the resistance right here as well, and it was a very strong key support level, which is definitely gonna be retested soon. And if we draw here a support trend line just like that, we can see that the market is actually matching up along with the support trend line, and we can see that the gold most likely is gonna be rising all the way, retesting first of all the broken support level at 1786.21, and of course it's gonna be retesting the broken support trend line right here. So that's why selling the gold right here is gonna be good in my opinion, and the target is gonna be the next strong key support level at 1720.83, which means we are aiming about 650 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone should be ranging only till the peak of the resistance right here, which means that the safe zone is ranging for about 264 pips. Let me now please write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the gold. Of course, before we end the video, I needed to remind you about something very, very important. I should have actually talked about it at the beginning of the video, but let's just make it like a reward for those who are watching the video till the end. Of course, Keep in mind that tomorrow on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Dubai time, 6 p.m. GMT time, we will be having the FOMC meeting minutes, and this actually, my friends, might affect the entire USD pairs, which means it can actually affect the entire signals which you have received right now on this video. Not only that, of course, but also on Friday, we will be having the unemployment rate for the CAD and for the USD pairs, along with the non-farm payroll news. My friends, these news can actually make a huge impact in the market. It can actually rocket, and in my opinion, these signals which I have just sent you won't last long because of these news. It depends, of course, on the outcome, on the actual forecast, but until then, please make sure to follow up these news. Don't ignore them. They are part of the fundamental analysis, which cannot be separated at all from the technical analysis. Technical analysis is always good, but we have to follow the fundamentals. And these are here the fundamentals. Make sure that you are following it. And of course, still, even though we will warn everyone on the free group about this news to be careful about the timing of this news, so they should be aware to close any open position during this news. We are doing really the best we can to help everyone to improve their trading skills, but those who are not joining the free group, those who are not following the advice I'm telling you, those who are not even watching the entire video and just skipping to write down the signals, they're gonna pay for it, and they are completely on their own without any team like Xtreme Trader Team. So until then, my friends, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.